A lot of people think that stretching will help to prevent soreness in a muscle. So, is this really the case? Well, soreness in a muscle usually happens for a few different things. When an exercise is novel or new, this usually increases soreness of a muscle after the workout. And usually this novel exercise actually is when somebody starts using a full or larger range of motion than they're used to on a given exercise. So for example, if they normally do bench press all the time, and then they start doing dumbbell bench press where they can get a good stretch at the bottom and a larger range of motion, this larger range of motion when you first do it is a novel way to challenge your body, and that full range of motion, that novel exercise usually increases soreness after a workout, okay? On top of that, a focused eccentric can actually increase soreness sometimes. So a exercise that has a bigger eccentric component to it, or basically the lengthening of a muscle. A lot of times this is a kind of lowering of a weight, or we can think about it with like running. So running, there's a large amount of eccentric load. Anytime you land your foot, you are absorbing that load. That's a huge amount of eccentric force going through one leg. Anytime there's a exercise routine with a large eccentric, that can also increase the overall soreness of a muscle. And also on top of that, of course, if you are just doing generally more volume than normal, this is also going to greatly increase the overall soreness until you are accustomed and used to doing those specific workouts, okay? So those are a few of the things that kind of combine and usually kind of work off of each other when it comes to soreness in a muscle. So does stretching really help with this? Well, stretching can't fully prevent soreness. As we talked about in all of these things, they're not really something that stretching can even touch for the most part. It might help alleviate some of the tightness after a workout, a tough workout, which could reduce some of the pain and soreness, but especially if you do it before a workout thinking this is going to prevent soreness, that won't happen. It might be able to prevent a little bit of soreness after, but even that, the soreness is usually just from your body needing to recover in general. So the stretching will help to a very tiny degree, not as much as what people think, okay? A better option is to try to have some more general movement, just maybe do some walking or some light squats, for example. Say your legs are sore, squat holds would be a good example. Maybe your shoulders are really tight and sore, so you're thinking of some shoulder exercises. You could do just some light, gentle arm rolls where you're going all the way up and down. You could do some band work with some bands, do some external rotations. Just getting some gentle blood flow through that area is basically going to help us clear out the metabolic waste from the workout and ultimately allow us to recover. So again, that soreness, the stretching won't really help too much because soreness happens from that novel exercise, the focus eccentric, or more volume than normal. So at the end of the day, your best bet is to just move a little bit more and get to bed, get some good protein in, and you'll be recovered and good to go. Sometimes we look for different things that we think are going to help tremendously, as in stretching, and it just doesn't give as much of a bang for buck as a lot of us hoped it would. So go ahead and drop a like if you learned something new from that section.